my name's Leta. I'm an instructor at the Turing School of Software and Design in Denver, Colorado. And I'm going to be talking to you about cleaning up your commit histories. And I was like super excited when this talk was picked because I was like, oh my God, it's not even React specific and they still picked it. They're really excited about this. And then I realized today, y'all just saw the word hooks and got excited. OK, so I wanted to start out by just trying to decolonize some of our thinking. So I'm going to start off with a land acknowledgement. So this conference is taking place on sovereign Willapa, Southern Paiute, and Chemehuevi land. Indigenous peoples have been stewards of the land for centuries, and they've been here forever, and they will be always. All right. Yeah, right? OK, so every time we run git init in a new repository, it creates this .prefixed directory in the root of our projects. And if you've ever actually dug into it, you'll realize it's full of like secrets and magic. Yeah, there's a lot going on in there. It keeps track of your the current head that you're on, all of your history of commits, a lot of cool things. But we're going to be focused on this hooks thing. Oh, my laser's not working. That's OK. That first directory called hooks. So let's figure out what hooks are. So hooks are just bits of code. They run automatically at different times in the commit lifecycle. So we can use them. If my slides would catch up. No. Great. So we can use them to run our tests automatically. That way you don't have to wait for your CI or for your build to run before you see that you've broken your tests. They can also standardize your commit messages. They can lint your code, and just generally protect you from your own laziness. Because let's be real, we can all have good intentions, but we get real sloppy with our commit messages. All right, so let's actually dig into this a little bit. OK, so the commit lifecycle. I'm just going to talk about the regular commit lifecycle. There's also rebase lifecycles, things like that, which you can dig into. It's all in that magic Git folder. The pre-commit cycle, or sorry, this is one of the hooks. This runs after we run git commit, but before the cycle actually kicks off. I'll dig into this one a little bit more with an example. There's a lot of things you can do with it. You will see that it will automatically generate commit messages for you. This is not a hook. This is just something that happens. After that, we can run prepare commit message, which is another hook, which lets you edit or alter that automatically generated one, such as merge commit messages, things like that. Then the user-created commit message is made. Then a very creatively named hook called commit message runs. And you can use that to verify that the commit message that you made conforms to whatever standards your team has agreed to, capitalization, imperative voice, whatever that happens to be. And finally, after that commit cycle is completed, post-commit is another hook that we can run, and we can use that to run other scripts based on the commit we just made, such as you can tell your code to automatically run a build or deploy or any number of things. Super great, really useful. So let's walk through a very contrived example. OK, so this code doesn't matter. It's just some code that we've refactored. So the next slide is going to be a GIF, very high-tech and fancy, of what is going to happen. Great. OK, so inside that hooks folder, there are very friendly Git hook files already in here. They all have that .sample suffix on them. If you open that up, there's actually a lot of really great boilerplate that explains what that hook does and an example of what you can do in that hook. If you want to use it, you just delete the .sample suffix off the end. And in this one, I deleted what was in there. All this is doing is some bash. It's just running my tests. That's all that's happening. Real simple. So let's watch that in action. OK, so if I've committed that code, we're adding that currying function. It's going to run my test suite for me. It passed, so if I run git status, we can see that the working tree is clean. It's completed the git cycle. Great, so what? This is what happens if we mess things up. We're going to try to commit. It's going to run our tests. They will fail. But if we check our status, we'll see that the change was not committed. It's still staged, which means we can make any changes and fixes, add it to that same commit, and then pass them. So verifying the integrity of your code will help you not have commits that say things like remove console log, fix linting errors. All in all, it's going to help you make your commit history a little bit cleaner, a little bit nicer. Be a good person. Just use Git hooks. If you can't remember my information, you can just go to thatpersonfromthething.com, and it takes you to my site. Thanks very much.